does it make you a real artist? Ooh, he got spicy. He got spicy in the comments. So this guy got triggered by this video right here. So much so that he wrote a 12-page letter in the comments. No, I'm just, but it was long. He wrote a long paragraph, like trying to explain his logic and his argument that digital art is fake art. Now, like I said in my AI video, that there are people that still think that digital art is fake art. They're out here, and here's the proof right here. And so today I am going to be debunking this guy's logic. Let's get into it. So he starts off by saying, I do not understand how you, sir, you can sit here and say that digital art is real when you're coming from a traditional art field. Digital art will always be fake art. Always. That's what this guy said. Always. It would never, ever, ever, I added an extra ever, but it will never, ever be real. And I'm going to tell you exactly why. Now, this guy, this sounds like an intro to a YouTube video. Digital art will always be fake art. It will never be real. And in this video, I'm gonna show you exactly why. Like when I was reading, like I was into it. I was like, uh-oh, he's really gonna debunk some of the things that I said in this video or whatever. So let's get into it. So the guy says, number one, they are not the same. Number two, let me back. That was his point. His point was they're not the same. Digital art and traditional art are not the same. Of course they're not. I don't know how that proves your point. Of course they're not the same. And I would argue that being different is a key component in actually making good art, is not being the same. So yeah, they're not the same. Digital art, traditional art is not the same. And that's good. I mean, that's good. But let's go on to the next point. Number two, digital art is nothing more than another tool that you can use. Okay, but you're not gonna sit here and tell me, that digital painting, any traditional painting, are the same thing. They do not hold the same value. A handcrafted painting will cost so much more than anything you can create digitally in the long run. And guess what? I agree with that statement. In fact, I said that in my recent AI video. I said that. But what does that have to do with digital art being fake and not real? Is it fake because traditional art is valued more? Is that where we're going? So according to your logic, something needs to be valued more. And if it's not valued more, it's not art. So let's just take that logic and let's look at a Rembrandt. Let's look at Basquiat. I'm quite sure some of the pictures, some of the drawings, some of the paintings that you have produced aren't valued as much as a Basquiat or a Rembrandt. And I'm probably mispronouncing that name, but y'all know who I'm talking about. It's probably not valued as high as some of those paintings. So you're telling me, using your logic, that the painting that you created, not as highly valued as a Rembrandt, is an art? So you're telling, and we're not just talking about digital, we're talking about traditional. We're talking about traditional also, because this is your logic. Digital art is fake because the value is not higher than traditional. So the value needs to be higher for it to be called art. Brother, that don't make sense. that don't make sense at all. At all. I can make something and put it into the marketplace and it's not valued at all, but it's still art. Value has nothing to do with something being art. I'm speechless that your logic, you think this way. I'm speechless. I don't know what else to say. And then he goes on to say, when it comes to computers, you can easily copy and paste. Therefore, anything you make digitally loses value simply because of that feature. That is the one thing that makes it so hard for you to sit here and convince me that digital art is real, when you could just simply copy and paste everything you want once it's already done. Here's the thing about copy and pasting. There's like two things I want to say to that. Yes, I can copy and paste somebody's work. If Sam does art, does something, Ergo Josh, Ross draws, Proco, they do anything, I could just simply, I can either purchase it, copy it, or whatever. And what am I going to do with it after I copy? Am I going to put it on the internet? Am I going to sell it? Or like, so we'll just say I sell it. We'll just say I go and I sell these things. Eventually the con that I'm doing is gonna run out. Eventually people are gonna find out like, hey, that ain't his art, that's Sam does art. Hey, that ain't his art, that's Ergo Josh's art. That ain't his art, that's Ross draws. Eventually I'm gonna get caught, and then the scam is over with, and then I'm forever labeled as a fake artist or somebody that was stealing art. But guess what? That art that I stole is still art. Those artists, Ergo Josh, Ross draws, Proco, they put in the work to create that art. So it's not that art that is fake, it is me that is copying pasting that is fake in this scenario. So once again, that point is null and void. And then he goes on to say that it loses its value. Okay, we got that. It loses its value. The whole traditional thing, no, it doesn't have to do anything with fear. Now, he said that because in the video, I said that I believe that people who say that digital art isn't real, that it is coming from a place of fear. And we're going to come back to that. This guy goes on to say that I have done tons of work in the digital form and I like its convenience. Everything is easier, but I have to come down to my senses and realize that this is never, ever, ever going to be real. Not as real as actually painting done by hand with real paint by real people painting something unique. That's another thing. That is what makes it traditional, or rather gives it that value, because it is a unique painting that cannot be easily duplicated. Okay, so you said this in the first paragraph. You're just repeating the same logic that I've already debunked the value and the duplication. I already covered that. So where are we? If you think that digital art, traditional art is the same thing, and then they're both the real thing, why don't you climb a scaffold and paint an entire building and then do it on a computer? Go ahead. Yeah, you're going to feel the difference between climbing this scaffold. So here is the thing, brother. That's a straw man argument. I never said that digital art and traditional art was the same. I never said it was the same thing. And what I think he's doing is, because I'm advocating that digital art is real and traditional art is real, he's equating that, and he's thinking that I'm saying that it's the same thing. No, brother, this phone can be real and this hand can be real, but they're not the same thing. Two things can be real and not the same. You understand that? So I don't understand your logic. I really don't. But moving forward, he goes on to say there always is going to be a yin and a yang to everything in this world. Nothing can be perfect. By you saying these things, you're totally killing traditional art, which is never going to go away, first of all. And then you're presenting yourself as an artist who comes from the traditional and backstabbing it because you think digital art is the new thing. And we should all see it as one perfect being. So now let's really analyze. Let's really analyze this. Well, he goes on to talk about yin and yang and all of this. And basically he's talking about pros and cons. And in fact, within the video that he is commenting on, I literally have pros to digital art and cons to digital art. So obviously he did not look at the whole video. Now, I don't hold that against you, because I was just starting out back then in those videos. I had to rewatch it to see if any of his points were valid. It was hard to watch all the video myself. So listen, if you ain't watched the whole video, trust me, I understand. It was hard for me too. But now I'm just a little bit better now. So hopefully you'll watch all of this video. But he goes on to say that nothing can be perfect, and by you saying these things, it is totally killing traditional art. Now look at these key words. You're killing traditional art, and we should all see it as one perfect being. Now what he's doing here is, this is called projection. This is how he thinks people see digital art. He thinks people see digital art as perfect, and that it is indeed killing traditional art. Now remember when I said this whole thing is fear-based. Remember when I said that? I said that this whole digital art not being art is really rooted in fear. And he just proved it in this paragraph. He just proved it. You ain't got nothing to worry about. I don't know why you're fearful. You have nothing to worry about. Traditional art got their own thing. Digital art got their own thing. Like, I don't understand the logic, brother. I just don't. So then he continues the straw man argument, but I'm going to fast forward past that into where he actually called me a fake artist. He poses a question. The question is that the question that we should be asking is that, does it make you a real artist? Ooh, he got spicy. He got spicy in the comments. Does that make you a real artist versus somebody who's doing it traditionally? That is the question that we need to be asking, and we need answers. He didn't say that, and I think that the fear that you feel because you feel that you'll become a fake artist. So he tried to spin it on me, right? he tried to spin it on me. But here is the thing. And he may have watched one of my videos. He may have watched this video. It was kind of subpar, and he didn't watch it again. I don't hold it against you, right? I definitely don't hold it against you. But on this channel, I mainly do software reviews. I do product reviews like Samsung tablet, Wacom One. You see it in the background right here. I don't often put my art out there like that because I'm not trying to sell my art. I'm not really trying to sell my art. Yeah, I put a time lapse here and there out, just to let people know that, yeah, I am drawing. I do draw. I can draw and stuff like that. But I'm not trying to sell you my art. Like, I'm not trying to sell you prints of my artwork. And so that is what my channel is based on. So in order for somebody to be, I want to say, fearful of being called a fake artist, there needs to be like a reputation on the line. You dig what I'm saying? So if I'm out here, I'm trying to sell my artwork, I'm trying to sell this, paint, I'm trying to sell that painting, I'm trying to sell you tutorial courses on how to do this, how to paint this, how to paint this, how to paint that, and then it comes out that I'm a fake artist, or people see me as fake artist, that could be damaging to the brand and to my pockets. But my channel see how my channel built up, it ain't built like that, because I do product reviews and software reviews. So it really doesn't matter whether you call me a fake artist or not, because my financials are not tied to people perceiving me as an artist. My reputation is not hindered by somebody calling me a fake artist. So why would I care? And why would that be something that I fear? But tell me what y'all think down in the comments below. Maybe I'll make another video. But anyway, I'll holler at y'all next time, man. Believe that.